Welcome to Stories from the Roof from rooferscoffeeshop.com, where we tell the stories of roofing professionals from around the globe. Hello, everyone. My name is Megan Ellsworth here at rooferscoffeeshop.com, and we are back with a Stories from the Roof podcast. And I am so excited to be here with George Bock and Mark Newman. Hi, gentlemen. How are you doing?
Hello. Good morning. Good afternoon.
Doing good.
Glad to hear it. So let's dive right in and have each of you just go ahead and introduce yourself and your name, company, and what you do there. So, Mark, why don't we start with you?
Okay, my name is Mark Newman. I'm the Duro-Last Sales Rep for the state of Mississippi. Been in this position for 3 years. Prior to that, I was a sub-rep under Phil Davis, which was the Duro-Last rep for about 29 and a half years here in Mississippi. So that's kind of where I am.
Great. Awesome. George, how about you?
My name is George Bock. I'm president of Midwestern Commercial Roofers out of Mobile, Alabama. I'm an old-timer, been around 51 years in the roofing industry, and I put down a lot of Duro-Last.
That's awesome. Glad to hear it. Well, we love Duro-Last here at Roofers Coffee Shop. Let's do a little background question really quick. How did you get into roofing, George?
51 years ago, a good friend of mine told me it was a good opportunity, and I took it, and I did all the work myself, and over the years, I built a pretty large company now.
That's great.
We do business in 18 to 20 states.
Wow, amazing. Mark, how did you fall into roofing?
Well, let's see. I started working with my future father-in-law back in '93, so I haven't been in the business as long as George has by any stretch of means. But
well, I'm old, Mark.
That's right. That's right. So I started when I was in high school. I did try college for a few weeks. That is for a few weeks. Found out it wasn't for me. Actually, just kept roofing with my father-in-law, and kind of worked my way up from estimator all the way up to president of the company when I left in 2017. So
that's great. Awesome. Well, let's talk about the church project that you guys worked on together. Can you give us an overview of the First Baptist Church project, scope of job, material you chose? What did it look like?
Mark, you want me to cover that?
Yeah, George, go right ahead.
Okay. Mark brought us a project to bid on that was First Baptist Church. He sold the project, and he'll have to explain to you how they landed on the way they were going to do it, the specifications and so forth. But the church had sustained substantial damage from a hurricane on a shingle roof, and they had over 1,000 leaks. And they have over 1,000 members. It's a very large church. So they went to Duro-Last, worked with Mark, and Mark worked out the details to put a vinyl roof system down, a Duro-Last rib. And what we did, we went in and we tore off the existing shingle roof, and we went down to the nail base insulation. We mechanically attached a 1.5-inch polyiso roof insulation board into the metal deck. Then we installed a 1/2-inch deck cell hardboard, and then we adhered with C20 splatter a Duro-Last 60 mil fleece back. And the vinyl ribs were then installed on a 16-inch center. And it was a very tough project. Let's just put it that way, but it's beautiful.
That's great. Now. Yeah, that sounds like a tough project. And you describe it as one of the largest vinyl rib systems in the country at 90,000 linear ribs. How did you get it to look like a metal roof with no seams?
A lot of time. I have a very good team of installers and a good management. And the manager on the project stayed on the project a lot from Mobile. And we put a team of welders on it, and we tried using the equipment set for it, and it wasn't quite right because what we did, the church wanted to look at this like it was a metal roof system. So we ran the sheets from top to bottom without any butt joints. And then we used the metal rib system to cover the joints. So all you see is a gray roof with gray vinyl ribs. And that's hard to do. It took a lot of painstaking time with a welding machine to go down on every one of these ribs. Think about it, 90,000 plus feet ribs and 90,000 plus feet welding. And to keep it straight was, over a large complex, was very hard. And but they took the time. We didn't get in a hurry. And once we got the roof pretty much established, then we started the metal ribs, and it took us a couple of months, wouldn't you say, Mark?
Yes, exactly.
And now the church, for the first time, they don't have 1,000 leaks. I have 1,000 satisfied customers. Plus, there's hundreds of thousands of people pass this church every day on Interstate 10, and it's very nice to look at. And on top of that, the church was talking to us here a while back. Now they're saving money on their energy bill also.
Oh, well, that's always an added bonus.
That was an added bonus.
Yeah. Mark, why do you think they chose vinyl rib over metal?
Yeah, there were a couple of reasons why, and we met with an architect out at the beginning of this project, and this project, it goes back a couple of years in the making, so it wasn't something that happened overnight. They did have damage, as George said, from a hurricane, and they kind of dealt with that damage for a while. I mean, they had temporary roofs on this thing for a while, and but we met with an architect out there on the site. They looked at a couple of different options. They looked at standing seam metal. Of course, they didn't want to go back with shingles because they kept having issues every time a hurricane came through or they had high wind. They would lose shingles. So, but we did look at the standing seam option, and then we started talking about doing the PVC membrane with the vinyl ribs. And of course, it took several meetings. It took meetings with committees and church staff and that kind of stuff to come up with a game plan. And there was a couple of deciding factors in the end. One was sound. They were afraid that a standing seam metal roof on a project that large, especially on the sanctuary, they would hear a lot of rain and stuff when it would come through during service. So the other thing was, as George pointed out, is on the PVC, we were able to run the membrane from the eave all the way up to the top with no butt joints. Well, with standing seam, you're limited on the length of the panel, and they were going to have some inlaps. And that was the other factor that they just did not want to contend with, was having inlaps on their standing seam metal. So, again, a couple of different things that they looked at. And in the end, the vinyl rib system was one over the project.
Customer service with an emphasis on custom. Duro-Last specializes in building roofs and relationships. For more than 45 years, Duro-Last has been 100% committed to forming personal relationships with contractors. They are here, there, or anywhere to help with the tools you need to succeed. Duro-Last's dedicated quality assurance department and technical support staff are always available to provide support and answer questions, because you deserve one-on-one service for one-of-a-kind roofs. Call 800-248-0280 or visit Duro-Last.com to learn more today. So why are you both so proud of this project?
It's a project to be proud of. Number one, we satisfied a large group of people. And when you walk in a church and see over 1,000 ceiling tiles falling out, it's not really something the public wants to do. And now you can walk in a church and everything's perfect. So not only do we have a great customer now that is satisfied, we have over 1,000 customers. And then every time someone drives by it on the interstate, they look at it, I'm probably smiling in the background. But like I said, it's just a beautiful job. So our guys took their time.
Mark, why are you so proud of it?
Well, I think a couple of things. One is it met the owner's need. They were in need of a roof. So then on top of that, it showcases an awesome product choice with the vinyl rib. It not only does it look good, but it performs great. And then the last thing is it showcases Midwestern's excellent workmanship. I mean, it's just, it is a showpiece. George has used that word more than once. It is a showpiece. And definitely, if you drive by and look at it from I-10, somebody looks at it, they think, well, that's a great looking standing seam metal. They do not know that it's a PVC membrane, and it looks that good, and the workmanship is that great. So,
yeah,
I think we're all proud of it. And like I said, excuse me, I had a great manager that took his extra time from the office. Brian Schaefer does go over there and even keep up with the men and help them maintain the quality. I mean, we had quality control all through this job, and my guys became very proud of it. My men became very proud, and so we have a good team. You know, we've put together a great team of managers, and they've all done a good job. And like I said, I wish I could claim all the benefit, but Daniel Smith kept on top of it with Brian.
Well, that's really cool that the quality control was there through every step of the process. That's so important, and no wonder you're so proud of it. Well, congratulations both on a great project and a happy customer. That's always the best end result. We're going to pivot a little bit now. What makes you smile when you think about your job?
My job? Well, and believe it or not, roofing is a creative job. We've taken projects that you wouldn't believe how bad they look, and when we finish, they look beautiful. And they don't have leaks. Like Mark said, they're maintaining waterproof buildings now, and the people are happy. And anytime a customer is happy, and it's we try to maintain to where all of our customers are glad to see us, and they're still glad when we leave. They're not glad to see us leave. But the thing of it is, they no longer have leaks, and they deal with a management team and good people. And it just makes me smile when you see something that looks this good. Even knowing the amount of time it took us to do it, we would have taken twice that amount of time if it was necessary. You know, it wasn't about money, profit, anything else. And of course, all of business is about money, but it was about the fact that you look at it and you smile and you're proud of it. And you made a lot of people happy.
Well said. Mark, what makes you smile when you think about your job, supporting great contractors like George here?
Yeah, just the ability to be able to help. I was always taught the customer's always right, and it doesn't matter if I'm dealing with contractors like George, which George doesn't need a lot of help for me as a sales rep. But then you go to the architect that might need help, or the building owner that needs help, and then when you're done, you've satisfied all three, and that's what makes you happy at the end. So.
But don't forget, Mark, if Mark hadn't done what he did, working with all the committees and the church and the architect, this job never would have happened, because he showed them the best product to put on this roof. I just got the pleasure of putting it down.
Yeah, and Duro-Last, what a great product it is, truly. What do you think is the most important trait a roofer should have?
Honesty and integrity, and be able to look at someone and know you've given them the best possible job you can give them. Plus, I believe that you treat people the way you want to be treated. And, honest and integrity. If you can sleep at night, and some people can sleep and they shouldn't, don't get me wrong, but if you can lay your head down on the pillow at night and smile, knowing that you've done the best you can, it might not be perfect, but it's honest and integrity. You've done the best you can.
Mark, what do you think the most important trait is in a roofer?
Yeah, I would agree with George wholeheartedly. I mean, I've also been on the contracting side of it, so I've seen I've seen that side of it and the sales side of it. Just have a great work ethic, and we're missing that a lot today in the roofing industry. Is just I don't know if it's a younger generation that does not have the same work ethic that we had growing up. Just go out and be dependable, be trustworthy. Hey, tell the truth, and just some simple things make a great employee.
Agreed. George, last question here, or second to last question. Why do you go with Duro-Last?
It's a great material. I've been in business, like I told you earlier. I formed my company 51 years ago. I incorporated it 50 years ago. I've been doing this my whole life. And I've seen products come and go and then come and stay around. I've seen products, formulas change. I've done every type of roofing just about out there. And we work in a wide area. And like I said, 18 to 20 states. I mean, I have a roof I put down in Wyoming. I'm out of Mobile. But we've done Michigan. We've done, all the states in the Midwest, Southeast. Well, with that being said, I want to put down a roof I can trust. I can't afford to go back. I can't afford the roof in Wyoming. I can't afford to go back there for a leak call or for a problem with the roof. So when I leave the Duro-Last roof, and they have great inspectors, they come out and do a tough inspection, make sure it's perfect. And we can leave there and not worry to have to go back. It's a good product and good people.
Yeah.
Good people to deal with, like Mark.
All right. Well, lastly, how long have you both been a part of Roofers Coffee Shop?
Well, on and off, always.
That's awesome.
Whenever you get a chance, and listen and learn something, and also listen to some of our friends.
Yeah. What would you say, Mark, is your favorite thing about Roofers Coffee Shop?
Just to be able, the ability to be able to listen to others. I mean, you can always learn more. Whether it be different contractor experiences, different rep experiences, whatever, there's always more to be learned in the roofing industry. So it's great.
Well, thank you both so much for chatting with me today. This has been great. I hope you have a great day. And for all of those listening out there, we'll be back with another Stories from the Roof episode every month. Thanks for listening to Stories from the Roof from rooferscoffeeshop.com. Make sure to subscribe and leave a review.